Once upon a time, in a quiet village nestled between whispering forests and sparkling streams, there lived a young woman named Beauty. Her heart was as gentle as her name, always thinking of others before herself. But a quiet sadness shadowed her, for her family was poor, and her dear father worried constantly. Her two older sisters, though lovely to look at, had hearts of stone. They were vain and selfish, often teasing Beauty for her simple, patient nature. One day, her father, an honest merchant, journeyed to a distant town to sell his wares. On his way back, a fierce storm descended, and he lost his path in the deep woods. Just as he lost all hope, he stumbled upon a mysterious castle. Its towers pierced the moonlit sky, and its gardens were filled with flowers that seemed to hum with a secret magic. Exhausted and cold, he pushed open the grand doors, hoping for shelter. The castle was warm, welcoming, yet eerily silent. A magnificent feast steamed on the dining table, and a fire crackled merrily in the hearth. The merchant ate, marveling at the unseen hospitality, but as he tried to leave the next morning, a shadowy figure blocked his path. A deep, rumbling voice spoke, "I hope you have enjoyed your stay." The merchant turned and gasped. Before him stood a fearsome beast, tall and imposing, with eyes that burned like amber. "You have taken my hospitality without permission," the beast growled. "For that, you must pay a price." "I beg your pardon," the merchant cried, bowing low. "I meant no harm. I was only seeking shelter from the storm." The beast's gaze softened just a fraction. "Then promise me this," he said. "Send one of your daughters to me in your place." Trembling, the merchant returned home and told his family everything. His older daughters wailed and refused, but Beauty, with a quiet courage that surprised everyone, stepped forward. "Father, I will go," she said softly. "I do not fear him. Perhaps this is my chance to help our family." The next morning, dressed in her simplest gown, Beauty walked into the forest. As if guided by an unseen hand, she found her way to the castle gates. There, the beast awaited her. His form was terrifying, yet she saw a deep sadness in his eyes that tugged at her heart. "Welcome," he said, his voice surprisingly gentle. "I am sorry for the harshness of my request." In the days that followed, Beauty explored the enchanted castle. Its halls sparkled with crystal chandeliers. The library was filled with countless books that seemed to whisper their own stories. And the gardens bloomed in a riot of impossible colors. The beast was not cruel, as she had feared. He was lonely. Every word he spoke was tinged with a longing for friendship, for someone to see past his monstrous exterior. One evening, as they walked by a fountain that glowed in the moonlight, the beast asked her, "Do you wish to leave?" Beauty looked around at the magical piece of the castle, and then at him. I like it here," she admitted. "It is peaceful, and you are not as frightening as you seem." A small, almost shy smile touched the beast's lips. His amber eyes glimmered. "Then perhaps you will stay a while longer," he murmured. Time slipped by like a dream. Beauty and the Beast shared stories, laughter, and quiet moments of understanding. She learned of the curse that had been placed upon him, a spell that had transformed a proud prince into a beast. A curse that could only be broken if someone could love him despite his appearance. As the days turned into weeks, Beauty began to see past the fur and the claws to the kind and gentle soul hidden within. And slowly, the Beast learned to trust again, to hope, and to open his heart to the warmth of her friendship. One night, Beauty had a vivid dream of her father, sick and heartbroken. With a heavy heart, she asked the Beast if she could go to him. Though the thought of her leaving pained him deeply, the Beast nodded. "Go," he said, his voice thick with emotion. "But return to me, Beauty, for my heart will remain here with you." Beauty returned home and nursed her father back to health. He was overjoyed to see her safe and well. But even as she cared for him, her thoughts constantly drifted back to the castle, and to the lonely Beast who had shown her a kindness and a depth of feeling she had never known. After a week, she knew she had to return. The moment she crossed the threshold of the forest, a magical light filled the sky, guiding her way. Back at the castle, the Beast waited, his face etched with worry. But when Beauty stepped into the grand hall, something miraculous happened. The Beast began to shimmer with a brilliant light as her heart whispered a silent prayer of hope and love. The curse broke. Before her stood not a beast, but a handsome prince, his eyes warm and full of gratitude. Beauty gasped, her hand flying to her mouth. "It was my love that freed you." The prince knelt before her. "Yes," he said, his voice full of emotion, "for love sees the soul, not the shell. You saw me for who I truly am, and that is the greatest magic of all." The castle's halls seemed to sparkle brighter than ever, and the gardens burst into a symphony of color and fragrance. Beauty and the prince were married in a grand celebration filled with music, laughter, and pure joy. Her family, humbled and happy, witnessed the union of two true hearts. And so, Beauty and the prince lived in the enchanted castle, where love and kindness ruled. The forest around them flourished, and animals roamed without fear. Flowers bloomed year-round, even in the deepest snow. Beauty never forgot the lesson she learned, that true beauty is found within, and that courage, patience, and love have the power to transform even the darkest of hearts. From that day on, the castle was never silent again, and neither were the hearts of those who learned to believe in the magic of seeing beyond what the eyes can touch. Thanks for watching our story today. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more tales that warm the heart. See you next time.